Hi, Precious Heart. Thank you for joining us for our weekly vlog. There are so many opportunities for awakening humanity to assist our Father, Mother, God, and the company of heaven with the greatly accelerated awakening process the masses of humanity are being presented with at this time. We have been preparing for lifetimes to be the open door for this divine intervention, and yet many of us are resisting because we don't think our efforts are really making a difference. We observe what is going on in the outer world, and it is difficult to see the evidence of the changes we are invoking and working so hard to co-create. This phenomenon is what the company of heaven would like to address today. First and foremost, they want to remind us that we have been training for lifetimes to be the hands of God in the world of form during the unique experiment the earth is going through. Never in the whole of creation has a fallen planet been given the divine grace to ascend through two-dimensional shifts in such a short period of time. The only way this experiment can be victoriously accomplished is through the unified efforts of embodied humanity and the company of heaven. Please pay attention and listen to these words from the company of heaven through the flame of illumined truth pulsating within the divinity of your heart flame. This is a direct quote. Every son and daughter of God now embodied on earth was selected to be here because of the extraordinary training you have experienced over myriad lifetimes. From the billions of souls throughout the universe who selflessly volunteered to embody on earth to assist with this ascension process, the ones who are now embodied were selected because of your potential to succeed in staying focused on the light in the face of the incredible adversity humanity would experience during this purging process. Your training is complete. Everything you need for the mission you have volunteered to fulfill is already pulsating within your heart flame. Your I Am presence is now awaiting your heart call. Be at peace. All is well. End quote. Just for a moment, allow these words to resonate in the flame of illumined truth within your heart flame. The company of heaven has told us that it is time we are receiving more assistance from the beings of light in the realms of illumined truth than has ever been attempted or allowed by cosmic law. This cosmic dispensation from our Father, Mother, God has been granted because of the successful shifts of energy, vibration, and consciousness that you and I and the rest of awakening humanity have co-created in unison with the company of heaven through our myriad activities of light over the past several decades. I realize this profound truth is difficult for many of us to comprehend when we look at the painful, challenging things taking place around the world. What the company of heaven wants to remind us of, however, is that when we judge the success or failure of our light work solely by the limited perception of what we are witnessing in the outer world with our physical senses, we are making a big mistake. Outer appearances are a small fraction of what is actually occurring. The reality is that we are multidimensional beings, functioning in several realms of consciousness simultaneously. Our invocations and our prayers and meditations are first formed in the realms of cause, where everything begins. Then they are magnetized through various dimensions of consciousness and our thoughts, feelings, words, and actions into the physical plane of Earth, which is known as the world of effects. Even though we think of the physical plane as being very real, because we can tangibly experience it with our 5 physical senses, the company of heaven has revealed that it is actually the least real of all of the realms of consciousness we abide in. And it is the very last dimension to reflect the changes we are co-creating. The moment we invoke the light of God in any way, a matrix for the thought form we want to co-create is formed in the realms of cause. Each time we repeat our invocations or our prayers and meditations, our matrix grows and becomes more powerful. Once something is formed in the realms of cause, nothing can prevent it from eventually manifesting in the world of effects. The only variable is how long that will take, and that is up to you and me and the rest of awakening humanity. When we invoke the light of God without seeing the results in the outer world that we would like to see, it often gives us the impression that our invocations and meditations are not being heard, and that our prayers are not being answered. But that is never the case. The light of God instantaneously responds to our invocations and meditations each and every time we invoke the light of God on behalf of ourselves or any other part of life. In other words, our prayers are always heard, and our Father, Mother God instantly manifests the matrix for them in the realms of cause, in perfect alignment with our divine plan and the highest good for all concerned. The company of heaven is reminding us that the reason our light work may not be immediately obvious to our physical senses is that the earth is subject to the laws of physics. Consequently, there is a factor that we learn about in quantum mechanics that determines when the changes we are invoking and praying for will manifest in the physical world of form. That factor is called a critical mass. Everything is comprised of atomic and subatomic particles and waves of intelligent energy that is vibrating at various frequencies. The negative energy manifesting in our lives are the result of the heavy and discordant energy that we misqualified in the past through thoughts, feelings, words, and actions that were not based in love. The positive things manifesting in our lives are the result of positive and harmonious thoughts, feelings, words, and actions we expressed in the past that were based in love. In order to change the negative things in our lives into the positive things, we need to raise the vibration of the energy that is manifesting in negative ways and transmute it back into frequencies of light. This unstoppable shift occurs when the negative energy reaches a critical mass of the higher frequency of light. As the beings of light have revealed to us many times, the fastest and most powerful frequency of light available for transmuting negativity back into light is the violet flame of God's infinite perfection. This particular gift from our Father, Mother, God, which is the predominant frequency of light that will bathe the earth during the age of Aquarius, is specifically designed to help each of us reach a critical mass of positive energy faster than any other frequency of light. Millions of people know about the violet flame and periodically invoke it during their activities of light. So why are we not seeing more tangible results in the physical plane? It is because many people are looking at outer appearances and becoming discouraged when they don't see their results of their light work immediately. This causes them to give up and to stop doing their light work or invoking the violet flame before they have reached the critical mass of whatever it is they are striving to co-create. This, of course, prevents their light work from ever manifesting in the physical plane of Earth. This message from the Company of Heaven today is being given to us because during this mystical month of May in 2021, the light of God is flowing into our planetary grid of transfiguring divine love in more powerful ways than we have ever experienced. And they do not want us to miss this opportunity to add to the light of the world. So no matter how disappointed you may be by what is manifesting in the outer world, redouble your efforts and keep on keeping on, knowing full well that the light of God is always victorious, and you are that light. God bless you. I look forward to being with you next week.